Hey guys, welcome back to Raincode. Let's carry on where we left off. We're here in the Mystery Labyrinth, trying to figure out who is responsible for killing Dr. Huesca and seriously maiming my boss, Yako, in the hallway. Unfortunately, I am no closer to figuring out the truth, even though we've cleared what might be a pivotal section of the Mystery Labyrinth so far. How the culprit got into the lab. We jumped through a few hoops, discounting a few possibilities, including the fact that they are also capable of spectral projection. They were invited by Dr. Huesca. They somehow cut off the power to security, all of which were not correct. We determined that Amapal is potentially involved, and yeah. From there, I still don't know what exactly took place. It's kind of hard to piece this mystery together, which is good. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully this is a satisfactory answer. In the meantime, thinking about how Amapal was involved and the shoe print that happens to be on top of Amapal. Is it possible the killer hitched a ride on Amapal while we were walking it through the security corridor of doom, so to speak? Perhaps the killer was waiting in the vent in that first room, then hopped aboard Amapal while we drove it through. The only thing is, how did the culprit survive the toxic gas in the second room? Every time I come up with something, there's always, but this, but that, and honestly, it has me completely stumped. I'm sure Vivia has some inkling as to what happened, but he's not telling me because it costs energy to do so. So I'm going to punish him by making him walk up some stairs. I know how lazy he is. The stairs that materialize because apparently we might be reluctant to find out the truth, which I can see happening actually. Shinigami, you alright there? Hopefully it's the correct route this time. Let's move it, master. Hopefully. I'm scared that Yako might be involved, and I have to say, I am curious as to why there are so many mysteries surrounding Yako at this very moment. First off, why was there the map of the labs and the picture in the potted plant near where he got stabbed and it looks like he reached for it? And two, when he spoke to us while both Vivia and I were in our incorporeal forms, he spoke to us. Granted, I vividly remember there being question marks when he was speaking, so it's like we didn't know for sure if it was Yako, even after we said his name. But like, why didn't he help us a little bit more, you know? Instead of nudging us towards, you know, oh, find the truth is good, no matter how difficult it is. He could have at least gone, oh, also, by the way, Fink, the slaughter artist, went that way. He took his lab coat off. Probably look there. But I am pleased that he managed to stop Vivia from slitting my throat in my sleep. In any case, this mystery ain't gonna solve itself. Let's progress through. See if we can come up with an answer.
Security? The only option we know of is Amapal.
Right.
True. And that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
Oh, it's related, alright.
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
Did maybe the culprit duck inside our Amapal somehow? Is there space? I know there's a lot of wires there, that's for sure. What's going to be our next problem? I'm curious. Whoa.
It's sealed off here, too.
Yeah, that's the whole Mystery Labyrinth thing. There's a lot of paths that are sealed off. We need to cut our way through.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
Probably. I'm scared as to who might answer, though.
No way.
Oh, Jesus.
Huh? Doctor?
Ugh, that gave me goosebumps for a second.
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you?
Huh.
Help! Somebody come help me!
Okay, this is what he said
Isn't
before
this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
we got in. We panicked and went to grab Amapal.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, jeez.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said.
Couldn't we get some friendlier doors or something? Goodness me. What's our question? Ugh. Who are you was directed at who?
So the question is, who did the doctor say, who are you, to?
Okay, yeah, you go take a seat at the sofa.
Huh? I'll leave it to you.
I thought I could count on you for answers, Vivia. I thought I could come to you for help.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
Okay, well, at least we don't have a time limit. We can think about this.
Let's solve this thing.
There's a door here, too. Bust through it with your powers of deduction, Master. There's 3 doors, actually. Vivia, please. I'll leave the rest to you, Yuma. Okay, well... I want to say the culprit, but that seems too easy, you know? Let's consider... Amapal. It can't be. Simply because I'd say... that Dr. Whisker would have gone, what are you, rather than who are you, right? It's a robot. No one. Interesting. The culprit. The culprit. Was the culprit in the lab by then? No. Because the vault door was sealed, right? Unless they came through that thin strip of a vent in his lab, which... I don't know. I don't know what that is just yet. Perhaps it's another red herring like the water gun in Chapter 2. No one is interesting, because why the hell would he say it to no one? Oh god, the floor. It's just jostling. At least it hasn't collapsed yet. No one. Amapal, the culprit. Okay, I don't think it's Amapal because... I'm gonna try no one, simply because... Surely there was no one in the lab at the time, if we're going by the fact that the culprit might have used our Amapal to get through. Let's see. No one is your choice. Yes. What are we thinking? Alright, let's go in. There's no one here.
Does that mean we found the right answer?
Did I?
Huh? So the right answer is no one?
Why the hell did he say, who are you to no one?
Why would the doctor say, who are you, if no one was there?
Shinigami, stop copying my thoughts. That's plagiarism. They might make a video on us.
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right?
Right, but why would he say that on the intercom? It's practically inviting us to try and find a way into the lab.
That was before I borrowed Amapal. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
What was the
Why
doctor's
would he say
motive?
that if no one was there?
Did he just want to hang up? He's just like, leave me alone. I'm just gonna pretend I got a visitor. You know, like, you're breaking up. Instead, it's, oh wow, who are you? But then he did beg for someone to come help him.
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
Okay, you take me for the ride, game. Take me for the ride.
That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
Have we got anywhere else to go?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind.
What was the doctor's motive?
It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
Luckily for you, there's another sofa here. You can wait while I go through the vent and open the door from the other side. Which, is looking likely. You really plan on going forward? Fine. Fine is the right word. Is this really the right path? I've got a bad feeling about this. I got a bad feeling about this entire case. It's got me nervous.
So, Master, do you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Nope.
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?"
We know he's hard of hearing, right? So it's interesting enough that he turned around in the first place.
I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act? Really?
What? Just a prank, bro? I was just trying to make you think that I was getting killed, but oh shit, I ended up dead.
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
Why the doctor put on an act? Jesus. This gets more complicated by the minute. Oh, wow. An RDM. Looky here.
He's here too?
Discount Monokuma. Welcome.
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way?
Yes, there was a sign above the vent, so clearly, this is the way.
Good luck with that, morons. He had no motive at all.
Well, you said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
No, Vivian, we're not taking the easy route back.
We can't do that! If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
Nah, fine.
There we go. Come on.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
Bring it on, bitch. Your floppy sword means nothing to me. Okay. Doctor's notes, photo, doctor's email records, electrical
This
room,
was all part of the doctor's
eyewitness.
plan? He didn't
Damn.
have a plan at all.
Don't know where to start with this.
That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act.
Not an act, huh?
There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Misunderstood
You
what?
probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
research was going well.
Was it going well?
The
I
doctor
don't know about
was loyal
that.
to Amaterasu.
Okay, he definitely wasn't loyal to Amaterasu.
There's no way he'd betray us.
I think the research was going well, you're right. But he's definitely not loyal. When you think about it, Dr. Whisker had no reason to pretend. But he had to be pretending. That's the only way this makes any sense. So why would he do that? I'm sure he had a good reason. I just need to find evidence proving it.
This was all part of
Whoops. Okay, let's not preemptively slash through. Email records. Planning to escape from Kanai Ward.
Loyal to Amaterasu.
Here it comes. Ugh.
This is the truth.
Okay. So, it has something to do with this disloyalty, huh?
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
What?
Little.
We saying he faked his death? That's not Dr. Whisker lying dead in the lab with 3 stab wounds on his back?
Yomi's rebuttal. What was that?
Good question.
What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
Don't tell me he was working with them.
This case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
Maybe Yomi wanted to frame us as master detectives for killing Dr. Whisker, hence sending the letter to the detective agency. Peacekeepers? Why would he send it there, though? Oh, God! Oh, that would freak me the hell out. Just my stomach dropping at the moment a trapdoor flicks open beneath me.
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
Jeez. You're really testing my logic here. How did the doctor plan to escape
Which
Kanai
means
Ward?
This is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
Okay.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Terrorist bombing. Blackout. Swapping places. Okay, terrorist bombing, no, that's chapter 3. That's yesterday's news. Blackout. How would he have blacked out the place, right? No way he could have done so. Because he was trapped in his lab. He'd need a third party. Swapping places. I'll leave this part to you, Yuma. God, even his lines are the same. He's that lazy. When in doubt, start by thinking about the door first. Then you can find the right solution key. I'm gonna go with swapping places. Select the correct solution key. Oof. Doctor's notes. A notebook found on the doctor's desk has diagrams of a person being splashed with sulfuric acid. Doing this would cause clothes and skin to melt, rendering the victim unrecognizable. Was that him trying to, you know, sully a corpse so it'd confuse the corpse for him? Stored food, not much of either remains. Lab map. Top secret file hidden in a houseplant. Swapping places. Blackout. Okay, I get the same keys for each one. I might have to go with Doctor's notes here for swapping places. Terrorist bombing. I don't recall seeing his face, actually, now that I think about it. I'm going for it. Doctor's notes. It worked! Alright.
Oh, the door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a decent detective.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
I'm solving this case one mystery at a time. Swapping places now, Jesus. Okay. So who's dead then? Good God. Okay, we're here at the lobby.
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid.
So it'd be unrecognizable, similar to Chapter 0.
He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Okay, so he never got around to actually splashing someone with the acid.
Wow. Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid?
Yeah, please don't get turned on by that.
Yay! So cool and grotesque!
Have you seen Breaking Bad? The bathtub. All I remember is the bathtub, is what Kokohead's thinking. Even though he's got amnesia, he still remembers that scene.
So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman.
Maybe us.
The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived.
Right, so what? He pretends the hitman arrived in his lab? For what?
The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to
Yeah,
arrive.
let him come. Let him stab me. Guy who got stabbed 3 times in the back.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up?
I thought he was just taunting, but no, it looks like he was a vital part of his escape plan.
Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
What, so he thought I'd just bust in through the toxic gas and get myself killed trying to save him?
He was trying to lure Master?
It's a pretty shitty plan. Oh, I'll pretend I'm in danger. This guy, he's gonna run into the toxic gas, and if he survives that somehow, he's gonna get electrified and cooked on my 9 panels.
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system.
Right.
And thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
So he thought I was ignorant of a security system. Jeez.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out?
And how would he recover my body? Turn the security system off, I suppose? Ooh. Hello.
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
I'm not quite the same height as him, so certainly my corpse wouldn't have been able to pass as his. This seems like a very shaky
So if I
method
didn't
of
know about
escape.
the security and had rushed into the lab,
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now.
Whoa, please don't compliment my skeleton like that.
Aw,
I'm gonna get a boner. I'm sorry.
Muppet? But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman.
Right, well, should have used the hitman as a corpse.
I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Surely he should have been prepared then. He was expecting someone to come in. He was expecting me to, well, so I suppose not into his lab, but he was expecting someone to rush in through the security system.
assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom,
I guess he never expected anyone to actually bypass it.
we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange.
When we opened the door for him.
So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Well, I'm glad my throat hasn't been sliced just yet, but I'm sure it's coming up very soon. Oh god, that's bright. Lucky I got my lights on. Jesus. Wow.
Where are we?
What's going on?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Why are we like this? Why are we 2D?
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master! This looks like an important turning point!
You look like you got a stick up your butt.
So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet.
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal. Yes.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside.
I was suspecting that the culprit got out when we opened the door, but no, that's when the culprit went in. The door opened so freaking slowly. The culprit went in, stabbed him 3 times, and then getting out is when he knocked us over.
Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death. We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last.
No, I refuse to let it be my last.
Master, which one will you choose?
Okay, whoever's pulling my strings, direct me towards the ES door. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's not strings. I also have a stick up my butt. The culprit entered the lab before Amapal, yes.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him. Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
And we couldn't turn our head because of the weird parameters programmed in.
Your answer?
Is? I feel like I'm in a Danganronpa execution.
Is correct!
Oh, phew.
Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
No, I'm good.
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Why are we like this? I am confuzzled. Mystery Labyrinth truly is a mystery. Okay.
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Good, good.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet.
They must
It
have been
had to
wearing a
be between when we
spacesuit.
spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
No.
But
Impossible.
Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
It's only one way it could have happened. It's if he hitched a ride using our Amapal. Okay, we're back here. Already cut through these razor chains?
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
With what?
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, There's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
Wrong. That's when I need to push myself even further.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Okay. Where was the culprit before the crime? Already waiting. Woo.
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
Okay.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
I think I have an inkling. Spot selection. They were... Does this count as a question mark? Yeah, here.
Here.
Nice that the vent is not on the map.
Culprit must have been here.
Uh-oh, that sounds like a wrong answer. Oh, phew. It was like a generic, the culprit must have been here. I'm like, uh-oh. That's like an Ace Attorney answer when you get it wrong.
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside.
How long were they waiting in there? And why?
But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Okay, let's move along after I speak with my
Yeah.
friends. Another mystery solved. Just how far are you planning to go, Yuma? The exit. As far as the exit. Right, you went inside the decontamination device to check it out. Nice memory. I did. I floated up there because my legs are too small. Okay.
I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime.
Well, it can be used for more than
You
one
think
purpose.
The culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapal into the airlock.
And from
Jeez.
there, Yuma, you guided Amapal to the doctor's lab.
Yep.
So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible?
Already got the answer to that.
Only Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
When you break it down to like one mystery after another.
No, the researcher
Really
mentioned
helps.
there's only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Because
Well-
the gas doesn't turn off.
I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
Yes, please, explain.
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
No, we're pressing
Nope,
on.
Motion denied.
You can rest when we're done. Now where are we? The airlock? Oh no.
Another fork in the road. Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
It's a good mystery labyrinth. I like it. How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
As a weapon, as a shield, neither. As a shield, no. It's definitely not a weapon. Neither. Okay, well, let's take a moment to think about this for a sec. You could say as a guide. As a shield. Depends on your definition of shield, no? Like, certainly they used Amapal to guide them through the security system. It's gotta be a shield. Okay, that's promising.
Huh? What do you mean, use Amapal as a shield?
They would have died otherwise.
Amapal is supposed to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it, right? The culprit may have used Amapal as a shield against the security system.
So, the culprit followed behind Amapal to avoid the toxic gas and explosions?
Or they were sitting atop
I
Amapal,
get it!
squatting down.
Master!
Really? I don't think so.
Hey, I'm plenty smart.
Hey! Master just showed off how smart and logical he is.
Exactly. Thank you for backing me up. Oh my god, it's a giant Amapal!
Master wasn't smart after all!
Oh, now you're running, Vivia.
Come on, take it from the top!
Take it from the top. Toxic gas can be bypassed with Amapal. No? It can't be. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah! Even if Amapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect the culprit from the toxic gas.
Why are you running like this, Vivia? Have you never run before? The high voltage shocks can be bypassed with Amapal. Yes.
It's gonna
What?
crush
Really?
us.
I'd say yes, because they could sit atop it. Okay, fine. No.
Even though Amapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand the high voltage shock from the panel chamber.
Yes, but they were relying on the fact that we could rely on rewind time, no? But then did they know we could do that? I suppose not. Okay, could do neither. Okay, we're back here. Not smart.
Which means it'd be impossible to use Amapal to protect yourself.
Don't tell me we're going to do these 3 doors are wrong
You're
again.
only realizing this now. At this rate, you'll be a grandpa before you stop being a rookie.
No.
Perhaps
That's not
you will
true.
improve in the next life.
I'm trying my best in this life.
Yeah, you guys are not exactly helpful right now. Fine. It's definitely not a weapon, so I'm going for neither. How do they use it?
Do you
Guide
think
me.
neither is really the right answer?
It's the second best answer.
That must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor.
And by second best answer, I mean it's the best answer.
Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon,
No.
and the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
I forget that, you know, we rewound time every time we got shocked by the high voltage.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
How did they use Amapal? To open the door. That's all I know.
Huh? That was the wrong answer? Come on, Master!
Not this again! No. Progress.
Huh? We're...
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
God damn you, Mystery Labyrinth.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Surely we haven't gone backwards.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Ugh. Where was the culprit before the crime?
Huh? Even the question...
What is happening? Ah!
Do it all over again?
I'm dying here.
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
No, I need to reshape the labyrinth again.
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again.
That was worth it to see you run.
We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Hey, don't sit down!
Pick him up.
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Oh, hey, you did it.
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then.
Oh, thank you.
We're back at where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at how did the culprit use Amapao? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Okay.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapao was used?
Used Amapao like a tank.
Help him out more! More!
He was inside Amapao.
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right?
Yes.
At that moment, only the culprit and Amapao were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
I could watch this animation all day. Sorry, Vivi, I'm gonna let you enjoy your little head massage for like 5 more seconds. Okay, we're good.
The culprit did something to Amapao?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them.
Right.
Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
I don't. I really don't.
Something strange.
I wish I did.
Hey! Now that you mention it, back then...
What was it?
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapao sees.
Yes.
It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Whoa, what was that?
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
Oh my god, did this actually happen? Good. I can't remember.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapao.
Yeah.
It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
Vivi, you know, the faster we solve this mystery labyrinth, the quicker you get to go back to your fireplace.
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them.
Oh, well that's not good, because I'm supposed to be a master detective.
Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapao's camera showed the culprit.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapao, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera?
They got ahead of Amapao?
If the culprit went past Amapao to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Okay, we know this part.
Now that you mention it,
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapao's camera?
Don't get in front of it. Ever.
hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
If Amapao turns around, you keep turning with it. Keep following its back.
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
Damn it. I'm dumb.
A single answer?
A single answer.
Sheesh. I talk too much.
Oh god.
Oh, one mystery after another!
They're multiplying. They're breeding. Where was the culprit before the crime? What caused Amapao's malfunction in the airlock? Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? How did the culprit use Amapao?
What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
No, it's not Pandora's box.
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, my soul's still intact, right? Oh, never mind.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Okay.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries.
One answer.
Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapao's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
He was inside Amapao. So, where was the culprit before the crime? Yeah. Is it? No. Ah! Damn it! I tunnel visioned. Okay, please tell me I'm right. He was above it. Right. As a playmate, as transportation. Yes. Okay, back to my first answer. Culprit jumped on it. When the culprit appeared on camera, they were on top of their head.
I got it.
Okay. Oh my god, I was right in the first place.
It rode on
Jesus.
Amapel's head, using it as a method of transportation.
I started overthinking it. I was like, hiding place? Maybe they were in Amapel, and when we brought Amapel here. But then I was like, no, it couldn't be because it just wouldn't be right. There's wires and shit inside it.
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
There's nothing for us back there, Vivia.
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Okay. Whew. Back on track.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapel.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
I still can't explain how they got past the gas, though. That's the
Literally
thing.
what I said. The culprit rode Amapel and used it to get through. After we left Amapel in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Yep. Quite the leap.
Then they jumped on Amapel's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
Boof.
That's insane.
Not if I came up with it.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable.
Thank you, Vivia.
Amapel can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
Exactly. We brought up the fact that an elephant's supposed
The
to be able to
shoe print
ride on it.
Amapel's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it. It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as
I'm
they
so
made
glad
their
I
way
mentioned
through the
at the
lab.
very beginning of this episode, I said they rode on Amapel, but I still don't have an answer as to how they bypassed the gas, unless they were wearing a spacesuit.
True. It does solve all of the previous mysteries.
And that's what I meant by using Amapel as a shield.
Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
Definitely if they were squatting the entire way.
But Yuma, have you not realized it?
I've realized it, okay.
You're still missing something. One major mystery remains.
Unless they didn't care about dying. Unless they didn't care about dying. Afterward. Like Yako, who's already dying. Surely not.
What's with that huge sigh?
The greatest mystery of this case should appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
I'm scared now. They didn't bypass the gas at all, did they?
This greatest mystery?
They didn't care. You have half an hour after you're exposed.
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
Supposedly. Shit. Surely not. Surely that's... No. What I've come up with. When did the culprit get off Amapel?
Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
No, this is a layup.
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved, so let's clear it out.
Okay. This is maintenance.
Beats me.
When would it have been possible for them to get into the room ahead of us? While opening the door.
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapel entered the room.
Because it has to be while, because if he did it before, we could have turned our head.
Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapel at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Yoink.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
They did it that way? Jesus.
Like this?
What? Doesn't Vivia get a leash? Oh man, another RDM. We're delving deeper into this mystery.
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes.
No, it's quite sound, I thought.
If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
Answer with solution keys and truth.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
Saint dipshit, more like. Okay. Fugi's forte, ghost form, trait, spent in critical lab, Amapal's design.
Amapal as the door opened.
I'm going to go with Amapal's design here. I feel like this is probably going to be it.
Then slip through the gap in the door.
Whoa.
That's impossible even for Fink the Slaughter Artist!
Is it?
Think about it.
Oh, I
If
fell into
Amapal's
that
line of
one.
sight changed just a bit.
Okay, that's
the
not happening.
camera would have caught it. No one would do something so risky. The crime would have been exposed.
Ah, tricky.
The culprit must be really lucky. What?
No.
Did they use some sort of special power?
I'm going for the camera angle changing even just a bit. If Amapal's camera had been running, we would have seen the culprit. Obviously that didn't happen, but would they really have used such a risky method to break in?
No.
Was Amapal's camera even working? That might be the first thing you need to confirm.
For now.
Does something seem off to you, Master? Let's check the solution keys then.
The culprit
Let's do it.
hopped off Amapal as the door. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
Here it comes.
Slash through this mystery.
Sorry, pal. I thought about this. And you're not an
It's designed
Amapal.
so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
you little maggots, don't get so full of yourselves.
Trust me, I won't. I've been humbled plenty in this case so far.
You're not getting out of here alive.
Au contraire, I think we're getting closer and closer to the exit.
I get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening.
Nope.
That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens.
I'd love to see if we could no-clip during the scene and actually see the culprit walk in.
This must
Would
have
they animate that?
wanted the doctor dead. I guess you can call it an obsession.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm scared.
How scary. Just like this passageway.
Well, Vivi is scared too.
Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display? A room of nightmares?
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
Soliloquies.
You're
Wow.
really going?
I've got nowhere else to go. Ah!
With this thing!
Get out of our way, man.
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right?
Yes.
If The door opened and an intruder entered. How could the doctor not have noticed?
Probably busy working on his computer.
So what if he did notice? It's not a big deal.
Yes, it is. If he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him.
Are you a phantom?
Which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back.
That piece of trash is right. Your logic is flawed.
Stop feeding him!
Hey, what are you, on the Phantom side now?
It's alright, I got nods for this anyway. Locked and loaded.
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake!
Ouch. He's really cutting me with his words. He's more vile than the other phantoms we've dealt with. Okay, let's put Yummy to bed. He's up past his bedtime. He's a rambling old man at this point, yelling at the clouds. Stand by me.
Your deduction is inconsistent.
It is?
It's full of inconsistencies.
Whoa.
By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible!
Huh? It wouldn't be from behind is probably it. There should be a contradiction somewhere. You've got to find it and repel it. Okay, I'll try.
Your deduction is inconsistent.
It's
By your logic,
even if
the doctor could be stabbed.
it wouldn't be from behind.
There we go.
My claim doesn't hold up.
Right back at you.
No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way!
Right. Because he would have noticed. Information on Dr.
The culprit
Huesca.
quickly entered.
I don't even need to review it. That's how cocky I am.
But the doctor was in the room at the time, right?
Yeah.
There's no way you missed an intruder.
Ow. That hurts.
Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged?
No.
Even if he didn't look back from his desk,
He would have heard him.
he would have heard someone coming.
There we go. That's got to be the last one. I'm just going to do it. That has to be the last statement.
Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense.
Oh my god.
Say whatever you want, it won't save you.
How am I spouting
There's a
nonsense?
gaping hole in your logic. And there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate. Because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
No, I think I've seen it, and I kind of wish I didn't see it.
What? I refused to see the truth? Vivius said the same thing. But
I mean, this probably explains why Yako didn't tell us what really happened
It's strange, don't you think?
while we were in ghost
Isn't it
form.
about time you noticed that something's off here?
huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
They're all about how the crime was committed.
That's because the culprit is the hitman.
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? And that would end the labyrinth.
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back, unless we solve all the mysteries first. Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, The reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit
It's because we already have a feeling as to who it might be.
is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
We shape the labyrinth.
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth. That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reason.
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. Just
No!
ignore this guy.
Ah, I'm listening to the hole! I want to fill in the hole! He's judging me now!
Yuma.
Yes?
Yuma.
Stop it!
Jeez, go away.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation.
Yeah, there's a huge asshole. Yeah, Yomi Holesmile. He's a big
Just
a-hole.
ignore him.
Let's review your deduction. shall
Stop
we?
it! Stop it! Stop! 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 Stop!
The
Stop!
culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind.
Yes. Yep.
However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
Mind you, we still don't know who that
That's
person was
correct.
that walked past
So what's the hole in my deduction?
after Yako had collapsed.
It's
No.
before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
Let me review it first before you continue. Where is it? I must have already passed it. Toxic gas properties, bacterial, regular gas masks, ineffective, even if you hold your breath. Absorbed through the skin, no effective treatments. It takes about 30 minutes after exposure. After exposure, not explosion. I've got it mixed up with toxins. For the toxins to spread and death is certain. Yeah.
Which is?
How did the culprit get past security?
What?
We already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapau as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
They knew that Fubuki had the ability to rewind time.
Oh,
Oh god. Stop summoning the phantom!
This is the end for you! You have nowhere left to go!
I've got plenty of space, plenty of fruits.
oh, come on. Why now?
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kanai Ward! As the king of Amaterasu Corporation and the guardian of Kanai Ward, I will stop you here and now!
Perhaps this too is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth?
Good question.
Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
Why is he covering this up? He should be letting us solve this. Because if Yako is responsible, then shit, man. Go to town. Bring the detectives down.
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not, I won't look away from the truth. I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Plus, it's just chapter 4 things, right? It's always sad. It's always a tragedy.
Good luck! You'll never find it.
Oh boy, I really, really hope I'm wrong. I really hope you guys are just laughing at the comments like, oh, this guy's just playing it up so much in his mind, he's lost his fucking marbles.
You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blind mice.
Yako, the killer, really? Oh, come on, get out of here.
You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will never come.
Not true! But the truth is rapidly approaching!